What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
No,
another damn
yeah,
podcast
yes.
presented by our
Goddamn
damn
self.
self. So 367.
367.
What's good, kid?
Nothing much, just enjoying my pre-birthday weekend, I guess you could say. Because my birthday is coming this week, so yay.
Mm.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Well, I don't know. Had me quite the interesting last few hours because
Yeah.
had storms in the area, like all throughout the area. I know people been in the Chicagoland area, metro area, all of that, even outside of the metro, going to the 815 and everything. It's been
Mhm.
storm watch, storm warnings, all of that. Well, power
Yeah,
got knocked out.
severe
Yeah.
storms, yeah.
Power got knocked out in my area, like right when I was going to sleep. So
Hmm.
and like it's not a good thing when you need air and fans and all of that on at night to sleep. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
definitely wasn't a good sleep. And then
Oh.
stuff came on back like early, like 5 a.m. ish, like we started getting power again. And then just right when that happened, a few hours later, internet went out. So yeah, still dealing with that utility issues. Yeah. You didn't have
Mm.
any in your area, did you, kid?
Not in my area. It was just more so like I already had a little bit of trouble sleeping because she was like, she saw the lightning flickering outside. I guess that she didn't know where it was. She like, is that something outside my window? And I was like, that's lightning. I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, like it's a storm coming. Like the storm is about to happen. So I was like, I know it looks weird the way it's coming in through your blinds and it looked weird. It did, but I'm like, you'll be okay, baby. It's just a storm. And I guess apparently the storm must have eased us to sleep because I actually did get a pretty sound sleep last night. Well, the night of the storms I did. I kind of got it was pretty sound for me. So
So the kid didn't deal with the bull. That's
yeah, not as much. I
that's
had to do calming down children. That was my that was my whole storm dealing with that. But other than that, it's been okay. Going
okay.
okay so far.
Well, first official weekend, summertime shy. The 21st is when summer officially kicks off, even though we've
Yes.
been in summertime shy mode for weeks now.
Yeah.
But this is the official kickoff,
Official
June
start of
21st.
summer.
Yeah. So yeah. Mixed weather results. We had some hot days, we had some not so hot days, but so far so good. Good summertime shy season kicked off, I would say.
Mhm.
Outside of the damn storms that knocked the power and internet out.
No, it's actually been pretty good. Pretty good thus far. Um, One thing I will say is like whoever did this, like they need cameras around here or something. Like your ass needs to be slapped. Buckingham Fountain got
I
shut
was
down
just about
because
to talk about that. That's where
it
I was
was
gonna kick it up
red.
because
Oh, yeah.
these fucking protesters protesting the war you really don't know shit about is like what's going on the other side of the planet and shit. Yeah, what's vandalizing Buckingham Fountain have to do with the fucking war in Israel and Palestine? I don't get it. People just want to be part of something. That's all that is. Yeah. You don't even know what you protesting half of them. I would ask most of these people that
Do some research before you make a decision about any side or whatever, any crew you want to be down with. Do your due diligence and do your research before you jump because you'll be pleasantly surprised or not so pleasantly surprised that it's a lot of gray areas in a lot of topics. It's some black and white, but it's a lot of gray. It's a lot of gray sometimes. So before you jump in and make a decision and you have no idea what's going on, do your due diligence and just do your research and just learn something. But I mean, the fountain is our treasure. So I'm like, how long is the fountain going to be off? Because I mean, I love driving Lakeshore Drive, and then you drive past and you see the fountain, especially when it like shoots up at the
yeah.
the full blast.
Yeah, they
You
said
know,
indefinitely, so who knows, like whatever that is. But it said it's gonna be shut down indefinitely. Say right on the first day, official day of summer. Like it's when this dumb shit happens. Right when summertime shy is really starting. Like yeah, let's vandalize the fountain in the
hopefully,
name of
yeah,
some people on the other side of the planet that I really don't know what's going on with their politics because
hopefully
we
they'll have it
don't
up
want to
by
be part of it.
NASCAR comes. Hopefully, because I mean, like I said, NASCAR will be down there.
Yeah, that's coming
Um,
up early,
the
like
sixth and the
early,
seventh,
yeah,
I
early
think
July.
NASCAR is
So who
here.
knows? Like I don't know how long it takes to restore the fountain, but yeah,
Mm.
I guess we'll find out.
But yeah, that was goofy to do that. It's like that's an attraction. We go to the fountain. Like how many the phrase that was said for Taste of Chicago when we were in college, and then we would meet up at the Taste, meeting by the fountain. We always would meet at the fountain. That's how we would meet. Okay, let's meet at the fountain at about 3 o'clock. And then you
Yeah,
meet up at the fountain and then you go in the Taste and do your thing. But just goofy. Like that said, that just made me when I saw that, I'm like, who does that though? It was just
yeah.
really infuriating to me.
I first saw the drone shots. I was like, okay, like what's going on? It's like yeah, and then like it became a news story after that. Buckingham Fountain shut down after vandals like during the overnight hours. It happened after midnight, of course. Yeah. Like so it happened during the overnight hours. It had to be Friday night going into Saturday morning, I believe. So like I said, first day of summer. The first official day of summertime, sure.
I hope they catch a dumbass. I hope something caught something. They get your dumbass caught. That was definitely not. That was not on my like what they say, your bingo board, your board of for my calendar. Definitely wasn't on my card of like ways to start off the summertime in Chicago.
Mm. Yeah, I'm just getting the updates on still weather update coming through and all of that. So but let's stay in Chicago then.
Oh Lord.
Which well, Chicago sports talk. Let's do yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. All right.
Chicago Bulls made a pretty significant trade. Traded Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey with Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, so interesting trade. So it looks like they're going into rebuild mode. That seems like
Mhm. And
that's
I've seen mixed reviews about that online, like I'm in a few groups on Facebook,
yeah.
basketball. So I've seen some
Because
mixed reviews. I've
Caruso
seen
is a very popular player. That's why.
it was.
And Giddy, like he got so his past is like he got some questionable like his past is like, but as a player, like yeah, it seems like will be a good fit. Bulls need a guard. It's like this Lonzo Ball thing is not gonna get any better. It's like you can't keep putting a band-aid on that. Okay, let's try Io here. Okay, let's try yeah, whoever. It's like y'all just like figuring the shit out. It's like you gotta make a decision.
Mhm.
Either rebuild or like or don't rebuild. Is like yeah, you can't stay in that
Yeah, be
middle
in that
fucking.
holding pattern because it's like unless you just don't care about going for a championship, which some people don't care about. I mean, maybe some organizations don't care about
I
winning.
think Reinsdorf doesn't. Yeah, we got luck. The Bulls got lucky in 1984 when then the GM Rod Thorne drafted that Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You got lucky 40 years ago. Now that happened 40 years ago.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happened 40 years ago.
I just passed in my time. It's like the draft day. I forget the exact. I think the 21st it might have been. I
Yeah, like
just
June,
pop up
whatever.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It said yeah, on this 40 years ago on this day, Rod Thorne drafted Michael Jordan to the Chicago Bulls, changing basketball history forever. Something like that.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's
Which
like
it did.
yeah.
Changed the whole scope of the game. The NBA was never the same. It
Yeah.
changed.
And Reinsdorf, he got his six with Jordan. He's like, hey, we got yeah, I'm
We
good.
won. So we can still hang
Yeah,
our
yeah.
hat, even though that was
Yeah.
25 plus years ago.
You can always say, hey, you always had Jordan. It's like, yeah, you can always hang your hat on that no matter what. It's like, we had Jordan. It's like, yeah, it's, even though fans want, yeah, it's like as Miss Jackson said, what have you done for me lately? It's like, yeah, fans want, yeah, what about now and shit, yeah. We're talking about 25, 30 years ago. Like, what about
Yeah,
now?
because you
So,
think about the people now that are like heavy into social media and stuff, they never saw Jordan play a game live.
yeah,
Like that's how long ago Jordan was with the Bulls.
yeah. Either you never saw him, or if you did, it was like during his later Wizards days. It's like
Wizards days.
you might have saw like him right near the end. It's like Jordan in the Wizards jersey, like '02 or something. But yeah, you never really saw this dude if you like under a
Which is
certain
me like
age.
watching Kareem. Like that's how I was like watching Kareem. Like I saw him at the end of his playing days like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like Dr. J was near the end when I started getting into basketball, I would say. Yeah. So and that's what I would hear about Dr. J. Like it was just like I didn't see anything special when I hear the old heads like our
Okay.
father talking about Dr. J and all that. I'm like that dude with the Sixers is like like that's what's so special about him is like that's how I looked at it because I didn't know about ABA Dr. J and Dr. J early in the Sixers like behind the
Mhm.
fucking backboard. Like, yeah, I didn't know about none of that shit. It's like yeah.
Yeah.
By the time I saw him, he was like old and washed. It was like the mid '80s and just like so I was like that. This Dr. J, okay, if you say so, Dad.
But
So
I
like
do like that the Bulls actually made a move though, because for years,
really since Lonzo's injury, they just been holding
that is
back.
quo.
Or been making like minor, like Javon Carter, like you making like minor, like minor adjustments, like an awful '90s sitcom. It's like
I
you
won't
know.
let you say my judgments. It wasn't that good of a show, though. It wasn't.
A lot of people, I'm sure most people listening probably never even heard of that show. It's like, yeah,
It wasn't a good show. It was on
Google minor
UPN.
adjustments and tell me if it sucked or not. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah. But yeah, it was that. It's just like we gonna run it back.
Yeah, just kept running it back, and then right then,
Dude, we're in the play-in at best. So you want to continue to run back and you're a play-in team?
we run it back, but we'll swap out Patrick Beverly for Javon Carter. Like I said, little moves like that. It's like it's not moving the needle at all.
That's
It's like
not running back.
it's like
You
like
can't run back if your team.
mm,
No, you can't do that. That's just a no. Like some players, okay, like for example, the Knicks can run their team back because it's like, okay, we had some injuries.
yeah,
They can run their
had some
team
pretty
back.
significant injuries. Like then I think Randall missed all of the playoffs, and then what's the name
Brunson got injured.
Brunson got hurt later on. Like I think Josh Hart ended up getting hurt. Like some they had some pretty significant injuries.
Yeah, when
Like
Brunson, I knew that was the nail in the coffin when
he was the
Brunson
guy.
got
Yeah,
injured.
like
I'm like,
once
that's
Brunson
it.
went down, is like because he
But
was
that's
carrying
it.
them.
I'm
Yeah.
like, they ain't going. That's it.
Mm.
But it's like them saying, okay, we're going to run it back and we do a minor adjustment. Okay. They had a solid team. But
It's like the Bulls. I'm going back to the '80s again now. Like the Bulls when they were in their battles with the bad boys. Like yeah, you were close to like yeah getting over the hump. So they could make minor adjustments
yeah, you
then.
can make
Okay,
minor
like yeah,
adjustments.
swap out this role player for that role player. You could do that then. It's like yeah,
Like, okay, we just need a little bit more defense over here. Okay. We need somebody who can hit the three.
okay,
Okay.
yeah, we need
You do
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. That's when you make
When you
minor.
have a core, you already have the solid core. You can do
Got a
little.
solid 7 to 8 man rotation, and then like you could flesh out the rest like that. It's like yeah,
There
when
you
you're there.
go.
But
Not when you were playing, though. You can't do
yeah,
that as a player.
play in at best is like
Well, I've always said that this book play in at best. I've said that this is a play in team at best.
yes, play in at best. Yeah.
But but we already know the Bulls every night they sell out. The crowd sells out, so they're still
Been like
making their
that since the
money.
Jordan days. Like yeah, even during the crappy Tim Floyd, Elton Brand, like
No,
yeah,
and Brandon assholes.
yeah. Even during that time, is like
That's it.
we had cats like literally drinking Hennessy on the bench. Like yeah, ask
Wait, what? Wait, what?
look that up. Ron Artest said that during his time here, the cats would literally be getting that's because the team was so bad they didn't give a shit. He's like,
Oh my
cats be
God.
like drinking Hennessy like on the benches. Like, I'm like, I believe that. Looking at that team, like, I definitely believe that.
flabbergasted. You see my face? Like, what? What?
It's according to Ron Artest. Like I said, you can take it with a grain of salt. It is Ron Artest after all. But I believe in the way that team played. It's like it probably was happening. Some of them
I
cats,
think
like at
Ron
the end
Test
of the
falls.
bench, are probably getting sauced, I bet. Yeah.
I think Ron Test falls in the category of the people that tells the truth they try to deem as being crazy. He's
Yeah.
crazy. He's like, he's not
He
crazy.
was on the mental health thing before anybody. Remember when he shouted out his psychiatrist after winning the title? So he
Mhm.
was like, back then people made fun of him, but now
People
like
made fun of
now
it,
a lot of
yeah.
people go to like get mental health.
Therapist, yeah.
They go to therapists. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was played
Do
for laughs back.
meditation.
That was like 2010. It was played for laughs then. It's like a psychiatrist is crazy. Yes, it's like, it's
He's not crazy. That man ain't crazy.
but
But
he probably was telling like some of them cats like at the end of that bench. I bet.
well, I mean, they went from doing cocaine to like, so I guess that's an improvement because
From
majority
the
they did cocaine.
cocaine circus to the Hennessy circus. There you go.
Henny and the Benny, because Benny
Benny
the
and
bull,
Henny
Benny,
and yeah.
Benny and Henny. There you go.
And that was during the time when the Bull got fired. Remember the Bull is like, yeah, he probably was
Oh
on that.
yeah, wasn't he like on cocaine or
He
something?
probably was
Like,
on that
wasn't he
shit too. Yeah.
crazy?
He probably was on that
Like,
shit.
I think he whipped someone's ass. I think he like it was a domestic thing with him. I think that's what
He
happened.
probably
I
took a
remember.
couple of shots of it.
If I remember correctly, I think it was a domestic thing with the bull, and that's why they
They
revamped
combined
Benny.
Benny and the Bull basically, yeah. Because remember the old Benny the Bull was like the fat,
With the
yeah, like
son, and he
yeah.
was like,
He was like basically
it
for the kids. It's like
was for
yeah.
the kids.
And then
Yeah,
like the Bull was the more like was the one who did the
he
cool dunks,
dunked
the
and he was
streamlined one. Yeah,
slim.
that was the serious, the more serious mascot. Yeah,
So what they said about Benny when they did that, they said that Benny just basically Benny had a glow up. That's how they presented like, oh, Benny got a makeover. He had a glow up basically.
get a
That's
Benny
how they like
over.
revamped Benny.
Yeah,
Because I remember when I saw him, I was like, oh, Benny's skinny now. Okay.
skinny. Hey,
Skinny Benny. I was like, okay. And then he was able to do all the tricks and then the dunks and and
the Bull used to do like before, like because like
I still like his half
during the
court shot.
championship year during the Bulls, like the championship years, the Bull was the one who did all of that. Yeah,
Then he shoots at half court and then he after he shoots at half court and does that. I still like that.
yeah.
That's probably the best part of the books now. This video.
So they figured that part out. Okay, like how do we get rid of the Bull but like keep like the essence of the Bull? Like let's just turn Benny into the Bull. It's like yeah, there you go. Just turn Benny into.
And he became Benny the Bull. That's what they right together, Benny the Bull.
They should have even changed his name to that during the time, like change Dub with Benny Dub Bull. I would have done it. Yeah,
Well, I
like
would say Benny the Bull. That's my
would have
thing.
done it. Yeah, but that's where we at now.
That's hilarious. Now things I'm gonna look up on my downtime. Any on the Bulls bench.
Brian Artest. Yeah,
I'm gonna look
it's
it
just,
up now.
he
I'll tell
really
you.
said that it was going on. I'm like, yeah, it's like it probably was, like, because that team wasn't shit. So they probably didn't care. Like, yeah, they probably were getting fucked up like during the game. It's like, yeah, like
And we know at most jobs you can't drink on the job.
this sounds ridiculous. Like you're supposed to be playing basketball, like compete. Remember this team did like score 49 points in the game. It's like a whole team. It's like oh, how many times Jordan scored more than that himself, like back 50 and up. It's like the team scored 49 points during that shitty like rebuild. Like that's the year they got the number one pick and got Brand. I want to say like he scored 49 points in that season. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Mm, crazy shit. Also, yeah, Boston Celtics won their 18th during since the last time we did this. Yeah.
Yeah, they officially get
Banner
one.
number 18 is like, yeah, because they were tied. Them and Lakers were both tied at 17. And then like I said, Golden State has passed the Bulls. They got 7. Now they're the
Yeah,
third. Yeah.
yeah.
They like that last one they won a couple of years ago, like I think 22, I think when they won
22. Yeah, they won 22.
against Boston, surprisingly. Yeah. Like but
Boston was just they were just young. They weren't ready. They were just young.
and they had a coach that was like holes and shit. That's why they went the opposite this time. They got this super conservative Christian coach now who like blessed the court to get the opposite of Ime Doka.
Let's pray before the game.
Yeah.
Heavenly Father, let's pray.
But it got the opposite of like of Ime Doka after that. So that's what
Well, I would say, what's your personal life off the court? I don't care about your personal business. Like, can you conduct your job without letting your bullshit flow over?
oh, they didn't what they won, they lost with him and won without him. So there's your answer.
Well, point taken. Point taken.
Yeah, there you go. Same team for the most part. It's like once again minor adjustments. Like I said, they added like Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. Like yeah, they added pieces. Yeah, but the
Can
basic
we clap for
core.
can we clap for Drew Holiday? I like him. He did this to the Bucks. This is what he doing right now. He doing this to the Bucks because they really did toss that man aside after he was a major factor in them winning, the Bucks winning. Drew Holiday played a role in that. He did. He played a role in them winning because I feel that he is a complete two-way player. I feel he is. And the fact that they just discarded him
But a newer,
because
shinier toy came
we
along.
got Dame.
Dame
We
became
got Dame,
with that came out of nowhere because like everybody thought Dame was a
a
lifer,
lifer.
Portland
Yeah, we
lifer,
got
yeah,
him.
a Blazer for life. Yeah, everybody thought. Then once he became available, the Bucks said, like we are Dame away from like getting back to the championship. But yeah, they looked
And
at
we're
it like
gonna have the combo. We're gonna have our dynamic duo, Giannis and Dame. Yeah.
yeah, they looked at it like that. Yeah, even though what you were doing was working, is like
It was
Giannis in
working.
depth is like what you were doing was
It
working.
was
Then
working.
yeah.
And because Drew was like, oh, like, they just kicked him aside. And then it's like, the boss said now he
Boston
got
was like,
another
"Hey, we'll
ring.
take you. Yeah, we'll take you."
And he got another ring now. So I'm happy for Drew Holiday because I can't say that I'm a Boston Celtics fan. I'm just not. But I'm happy
I'll
for
never be
Drew.
a Celtics fan.
I'm happy for Drew Holiday. I'm happy for him. But Boston Celtics are the team. I'm not wearing no Celtic pride. I'm not wearing the Shamrock and
Never,
yeah,
never.
I'm not doing
That
that.
goes
I'm not.
back to the when Bird was beating Jordan's ass back in the Jordan never beat the Bird. They like the
Hmm.
Bulls were like 0-6 or something like that against
Yeah.
Boston in the play. Like, they never figured
Lest we
out the
forget, Jordan
Celtics.
scored 63, but they lost.
Exactly, yeah. The 86.
He scored 63 and lost.
Still the highest scoring in a single playoff game. That's still the
That's
record.
still a
Yeah.
record.
That was
I don't
86.
think even LeBron not gonna break that record now.
It's like, yeah.
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 Unless everybody just goes up the floor and he just scores 30
You have
points.
to
That's all you
combine
think.
like to me, like if Kobe didn't break it, nobody's gonna break it. That's the guy that would have broken it. Like Kobe seemed like he's like, okay, I'm gonna score like 64. It's like he seemed like he would have been for it.
That would be such a
Like,
Kobe thing to do.
like yeah, if he didn't break it, then it's probably never gonna get broken. It's like
Yeah, because like we also know why we didn't like the steal. A steal by bird.
I remember that.
Gotta love Celtics basketball.
The announcer, I hated his ass.
What was his name?
Ah, I forgot the Celtic.
A steal by bird. I just know that. A steal by bird.
I couldn't stand that with
Yeah, I
his
hated that announcer too. I hated
his
him.
cigarette voice and all of that. Yeah. Only cigarette voice I acknowledge is Bozo, the original Bozo. Bob Bell.
And the supermarket sweep guy, I acknowledge him too. But yeah, people are like, what the hell are they talking about? Bozo supermarket sweep.
Yeah, we all over the place with this. But also Porzingis like who we played for before. Hey, Dallas
Average.
threw him out. Is like yeah, because like that was supposed to be the dynamic duo was Luca and Kristaps. Yeah.
Yeah, the two foreign guys. So it's like, okay.
Then but and who did Kyrie used to play for? Boston. So they like swap places. It's funny. It's like it's funny how that played out. How they swapped is like and then like it worked the other team like yeah it seemed like Dallas got the better player at the time.
Dallas, we got Kyrie.
Yeah,
We got Uncle Drew.
yep. Because Kyrie, he was going through the bullshit in Brooklyn that after
Yeah.
the Hebrew Israelite scandal is all of that. So then they got him the hell out of there, and like Mark Cuban brought him in. It's like so.
Well, Kyrie was already skating on thin ice because of the whole needle with the pandemic. He didn't want to get the like that
Right,
started
yeah,
it.
before, yeah,
That started his like
the
trajectory
yeah,
down.
Hebrew Israel was just the last straw. Yeah, so yeah,
But that was his trajectory down when he was like, okay, I'm not getting the vaccine. Like it started that.
and they just sent him home instead of saying, okay, we're just gonna use you on road games and like because New York had the vax mandate at the time, like which a lot of big cities did. What a mess, like 21 and 20, all of that shit. Looking back, all that shit was silly. Like,
He survived it though.
yeah. Like the
He
vax
did.
mandates. It sounds wild as hell now. It's like, yeah, you can't enter here like unless you got the vaccine. That's not going to prevent you from spreading it. You have to
We're
get it
checking
though.
cards. You gotta have your vaccination card. If you ain't got your card, we ain't letting you in.
It's not gonna prevent the spread, but we still not letting you in. It's like that sounds wild as hell looking back, like at the time, but that's what they were doing. So Kyrie said, "I'm not getting it." So like the net said, "Okay, we're not playing you then." Because he technically could have still played in road, especially like road games in like Florida and Texas, places that didn't
Yeah.
have no vax mandate. He could have played in places like that, but he just said, "We're not gonna play you at all." It's like, so he was already on thin ice, like you said, because of that. And then the Hebrew Israelites thing just pushed it over the edge. It's like,
That just dropped him to hell like instead, like it's going like it just went like that, just straight down.
pushed him over the edge. Then, yeah,
And then Mark Cuban is always like played by his own rules. So I mean, he always is a person who, you know, like
yeah, he's just gonna do him no matter
he
what.
gonna do him. But you gotta appreciate somebody who does them. Like they don't march to nobody's own. They march to their own drum. They do what they want to do. You gotta appreciate that. So,
Yeah,
but crazy times. But like I said, happy for Drew Holiday. Yeah, happy that he was able to get his stuff.
yeah. So I like how that played out. It's like Drew Kristaps and then like I said the coach like I said he the anti Ime Udoka and it was the first NBA finals in like I forget how many years. It was like two black head coaches like going head to head. I forget the last time that happened. I have to
Hmm.
that it's like yeah.
And then
Yeah.
why are people trying to do? And then I'm like, y'all must be young because people was like, wait, Jason Kidd's black. I was like, get off the timeline. Like I saw somebody actually say that. I'm like, you must be 20
Just
years
like
old.
he's just light skinned, yeah.
You have to be under a certain age. Like, come on.
He's a light skinned yo, that's all. Yeah, he's a light skinned yo.
Why you want to say that Jason Kidd's not black? Yes, he is black. Like I was like, I don't acknowledge anybody under a certain age. If you're young, then you probably didn't know that. But we've been knowing that since the 90s that Jason Kidd was black. We've
Yeah.
been knowing that. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Two black coaches. Wow, that was
Yeah, going head to head. I don't remember the last. I could look it up, like when the last time that happened.
okay. I like it though. I like it. Stay strong, my brothers. Do you want to stay in the
First time
sports?
since '75. Yeah, like so. Yeah,
Oh,
like damn
50
near 50.
years. Damn, at this point, 50 years. Yikes.
Al Addles with Golden State and Casey Jones with Washington. And Casey Jones, who was like a future Celtics coach, he's coached the world famous '86 Celtics. So yeah, he was.
Ah.
That's where I know him from during this time with the Celtics. Yeah, because like they had like it's a bunch of white boys. Then you had fucking Robert Parrish,
And
and they
Robert
had
Parrish.
a black coach and shit. It's like that was the Celtics in the '80s, pretty much. That DJ, but he was light skinned though, so that was the Celtics to back in the '80s though. So then they got the black coach with him. But another story that came out of sports too in the NBA, Charles
Hmm.
Barkley, you saw it with Chuck. Yeah. He
Yeah,
said
that he said
this
last year.
this is it for him. Yeah, he Michael Jackson did, yeah. He's like, no matter what, yeah, the 24, 25 season, upcoming season is it. And he had alluded to that years ago. He
Yeah,
said,
he has said that.
I want to work till I'm dead. Basically, he had said that.
Yeah.
Chuck's getting up there. He's in his mid
And
60s
look at
now.
that.
Yeah.
Chuck is 61 now, right?
Yeah, he's in his early 60s now. So yeah.
If I want to say he's the same age as Jordan,
So he'll
63,
be
I want to
approaching like his mid 60s like that. He's like
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to work. I don't want to work till I'm dead. It's like he wants to enjoy his retirement. Yeah, he probably want to
Yeah.
like go on a golf course and do his stanky leg and all of that.
It's,
He wanted
you're shaking.
to exactly. Yeah.
Or go on like a cruise, do like because
Yeah.
a lot of older people are doing the cruise
The
thing.
cruise life, what they call it. Yeah.
It's like a lot, and then well, not that it's a problem for him because he's a multimillionaire, but it's like a lot of older people are saying it's actually cheaper to like live a cruise life than actually have an apartment or have a
Yeah.
house because
Especially if
they're
you
like
want fixed income,
cost.
a lot of older people are, like you said, so they do the math. It's okay, like to keep my house is gonna cost this, to like just live on the cruise is gonna
They
cost
want to
this.
live abroad.
Yes.
You cost this.
They like do the math. If you bought your house later, you might still have a mortgage, or if you like finance, you did oh yeah, took out a second mortgage on your house and all of
Reverse
that. So
mortgage, whatever, yeah.
yeah, you did
Mhm.
that, you still would have a mortgage. It's like, yeah, even though
Yeah.
like you're like 70, yeah, you still might, that most people have been done paying their mortgage by then. But if you like,
Mhm.
yeah, like say if you took out, yeah, got a house late, or like I said, took out a second mortgage on your house, which a lot of
Mhm.
people have done, they needed the money, so took out a
Yeah.
second mortgage on it. So you still paying a mortgage at a price. So like a lot of them, they do the math. It's okay, like it'd be cheaper to just live on a cruise instead of paying this
And the
mortgage. Yeah.
cruise is
On,
everything is
on a,
all inclusive on a
yep.
cruise.
All your meals, all of that. Yeah, it's like everything is inclusive. Yeah, with so
Mhm.
they do the math. And cruises are pretty affordable. That's like an affordable way of travel. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's way cheaper than like staying at a resort, for example.
Because you get samples of everything. When you go to your different locations, you're
Yeah.
basically sample. Like you go to a Caribbean cruise, there's like, okay, we'll be over here at Trinidad, Tobago. We're going to here to this dock. We're going to here to, you're getting like little samples of all these different countries, but actually like traveling, like I'm going to Trinidad, Tobago.
Oh yeah, you
It's like,
yeah
okay,
yeah stay in that resort.
stay in the resort there. Then it's like, okay.
Yeah,
But he probably wants to just enjoy his retirement, which I mean, he's earned. He's been playing, like he played in the 80s and 90s.
yeah.
Then he pretty much did like he didn't take any time after he basically left playing basketball, he became an
He joined
analyst.
TNT right after, yeah, because I want to say Chuck retired, what, 2000, something like that,
Yeah,
and
like
then
early
pretty much
2000.
immediately joined TNT. Like, yeah,
Yeah. So he really didn't have like that downtime. Like he went from being a player to being an analyst like the next day. So it's like he's been like basically he's been doing this for like 40 years. He's been on basketball for 40 years, give or
yeah,
take.
and he wants
That's
to.
a long time.
And he said that some years back because everybody was like, "But the inside crew, y'all are cooking." No, that's why when he said it, it was like a few years ago. I heard him say it. It's like because at that time he was saying it at 60, but obviously he ended up going a little bit
Yeah.
past that. He was saying he wanted to retire at 60. So now he's saying like, "Hey, this is it. Like no matter what,
You think
next
about
season."
these guys are older. Like I said, like we're in our 40s. These guys were grown men when we were like these guys they're old. Not
Yeah,
saying it in a mean way, but it's like you think about the average retirement age, like most people on a lower end, you might see some people retire at 55. Because I've known some people. I'm not talking about the early retirees, because there's people who retired at 40 or under 40. I'm not talking about fire movement. But I'm talking about on the lower end, you'll see people maybe between the ages of 55 and 65, somewhere in between there. That's when you start to see people actually retire. So 60 is right in the middle. 60 is a good age if people want to retire. I've seen several people be like, okay, I'm hanging it up when I turn 60.
yeah.
I'm
I remember
retiring.
Chuck had said that some years ago that he wanted to hang it up at 60.
And 60 isn't what it used to
TNT
be.
probably threw him a bag or something. Say, hey, let you
They threw him a Birkin
stick around
bag.
a little bit longer. They probably threw him a bag.
60 isn't what it was in our parents' generation. Because like back then, 60 was like you were like walking with a cane and you were like really broken, really.
Yeah, you still like enjoy life at 60 now. It's like 60
Yeah,
seemed
60.
back then.
Yeah, 60 is not that old now. It's like people are taking better care of themselves. People are taking better care of their health, so people are
Some
living
have bet at modern medicine is like
more living. And
yeah,
just the food, like if you
just
eat
the not
certain,
I said people got the knowledge, like
yeah,
people
you
know how
learn
to
how to
like
eat
you
certain
learn how to
foods
eat.
and
It's like you
fuel your
got
body.
because they said wasn't no internet, you were kind of on your own. Now, like you got the knowledge, you can put
You're
together.
exercising more. You're doing more stuff. So it's like you'll see like somebody, like you'll see, like for example, Ernie Hudson is 78 years old.
Yeah, he just was in Go the new Ghostbusters. Yeah.
That man don't look 78 years old.
Just in the new
He
Ghostbusters.
don't look at his shape. Like he don't look 78 years old.
Yeah, swole as hell.
Which will call it is 60. Lenny Kravitz is 60.
Yeah,
That man don't look 60. It's
that's
like
what 60 looks like now. Lenny Kravitz. Yeah.
60 looks like Lenny Kravitz now.
Was back in the day, 60 was ancient.
Right. So it's like
So you retire at 60, you can still do some serious living then.
mhm,
Yeah.
travel, spend, and then like depending on what your family's like I said, like you may be a new grandparent because a
Yeah.
lot of people like you have
I hang
adult
out with my grandkids and see
you
but
might be a grandparent now. So now you papa now. So, and as parents, we appreciate the grandparents. That's what I say. We appreciate the love and support that that grandparents, you guys are the pillar of the community. You guys are helping out with the parents. So you go with papa, or mama, you go with them and hang out with them.
yeah,
But
you can do
yeah,
cool.
I'm happy for Chuck though. I'm happy for his decision. Because
Yeah.
some point, like you gotta retire. Like I know that we had missed this like a while back, like a couple weeks ago. Pat Sajak, he
Yeah,
retired.
his
And
last show was what, last week or something like that, I think.
yeah, June 8th, I think was his last show.
Or a couple of weeks ago then. And I know his
Yeah, I think June 8th was his last show.
I
But
just watched
or 7th, rather, June 7th, yeah, was his last show.
I went down a YouTube rabbit hole about Pat Sajak and Wheel of Fortune, the history. I feel like the forgotten early years, like a lot of people don't even know about the Chuck Woolery years.
I didn't know about
It's
it.
like because it's not much footage out there with that.
I
Yeah.
admit I didn't know because when I remember when that show Greed was on in the 90s and we were watching and Chuck Woolery was like, what game show have I not
They would
hosted?
give options like four shows, like which one of these shows like did I not host this
Yeah,
week?
I not host. And then I said with confidence, with pure confidence, Wheel of Fortune. I said that with so much confidence. And mom was like, you lost because he hosted Wheel of Fortune. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm doing the math. I'm like, Pat Sage had been on my entire life. So
Yeah.
when
Sajak took he took over the daytime version, I want to say 81. And then the syndicated version, which is the current version, was 83. That started that year.
so
And that's
that's like
the
my
Pat
entire
Atlanta
life.
version is like, yeah. And then the other chick, I don't even like Susan Stafford. I don't know much about her at all. Like
Like,
she was the chick before Van. It was Chuck Woolery and Susan Stafford. I watched the whole expose about how the idea came from that about on the as Dave Chappelle said in Nutty Professor, because women be shopping is like that's what Merv Griffin came up with the idea. Like well, if we have a show about women shopping, it's like, which is what the you had to buy shit on the original
you're the
Wheel of
body
Fortune.
ceramic dog.
Like, yeah, it was like because it was two shows combined. It was like okay, like we have this idea, like we want to do a live action
Hangman.
version of Hangman and a show about women shopping. It's like that's what I idea. Wheel of Fortune came from. It's like when they win stuff, they win money, and then they have to like buy shit with the money. It's like go shopping. That's what the
Like Home
idea.
Shopping Network and
Yeah.
Hangman one, basically.
Which is why it aired in daytime when women are mostly watching, because women be shopping, man. Women be shopping, man. That's what I hold the original idea. And they showed the original pilot in there. Like it was another host that I don't even remember his
Wait,
name.
what?
Like,
Wait, what?
and like what's funny when they were roasting him, they said the guy was probably drunk on the set. That's why they got rid of him and brought Chuck Woolery in. It's like,
Now I want to Google it. I want to find it out.
I was looking, I was like, I'm trying to see him if he's drunk. When they said he was
He
fucking
may have
drunk,
been sauced, yeah.
he probably was. I don't even remember the guy's name.
Clearly, I always said in the 80s, a lot of people did cocaine. I always go back to that. A lot of people were drugs in the 80s. So it's just,
But with Woolery, just like I predicted, I was like, why he left the show? Like, yeah, contract dispute is like, yeah.
yeah, money.
Once Wheel of Fortune became like the number one show on TV, it's like, okay, fuck you,
Give
pay
me
me.
my money.
It's like, yeah. And then like what Merv was offering him and what he thought he was worth, it wasn't
It
close.
didn't match, yeah. So
He left, and that's how Pat Sajak came up. Yeah,
I say Jack with his part. Yeah, his part right there.
like Sajak came up is like, then eventually like Susan Stafford. I don't know why she left. She I think she just didn't want to do TV anymore. So, some people was just like, hey, I
And
want
then it came in like ding,
to.
ding, ding, ding.
Exactly. She just didn't want to be on TV anymore. So it was interesting.
So you have to remember that. Like I said, think about that. That was over 40 years ago when Pat Sajak joined Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
So if he was, even if he was just 30 on the dot 40 years ago, that man is 70.
exactly. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like I said, he probably had to be probably, I would gauge it, maybe he was around 30, give or take.
probably. Yeah,
That's where I would gauge his age, where he was at.
probably either a little over, a little under, probably around 30, let's say. Yeah.
So that man is 70 years old now. So when is he supposed to retire? Like he's supposed to work till,
It's
he
funny,
can't.
people like when you're fans, you
I
just want somebody to be like, you want time to stand still. It's like, yeah, it's like when Bob Barker left,
was about to say that Bob
like
Barker.
what, 90 or something, like, or like
That
knocking on
man can't even hear the thing when they'd be like, when they would like bend over you go, and he couldn't even hear the
he probably
thing.
was like 85 when he left the show. He was
Because they
already,
had to run it back. I remember that. Because like on the later Price is Right, they'd
yeah,
be like, and they would run it a second time. He'd be like, oh, we've overbid. Because he would miss it the first time. That man couldn't even hear when they overbid. He
yeah.
about to get the
He about
and
to get the actual
price,
retail price.
the actual retail prices, they would have to like no, Bob, you about to give away the price.
Yep, you gotta erase the bids and do that shit over. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you can recognize somebody in your personal life. Like, okay, like, yeah, my mom is retiring, or my school teacher retired, or my
Especially when you
cousin.
see it in yourself, it's like, yeah, like I'm planning for my retiring, but like, yeah, your celebrities can never retire. Though. It's like, yeah,
It's like, yeah, okay, you doing the
can
math. Like,
retire,
okay,
but if they can't though. It's like, yeah.
you doing the math. Like, okay, in 20 years, I have this built up in my IRA. I have this going. I can retire in 20 years. You do
You'll
that
be
for
younger
yourself.
than the people you're talking about retiring. It's
Thank
like
you.
you're like 10, 15 years younger than them, but like they're not
Thank
supposed to
you.
retire.
So I'm happy that he did say that. But the person I'm looking at, because it looks like he's preparing his seat, I think Draymond is going to slide in Chuck's spot.
Yeah, Draymond might take that fourth seat. Yeah.
Because Draymond seems like it seems like they're preparing him, because I've seen him on some sit-ins with the TNT guys. I've seen him in.
Yeah. What's the name is sat in? I don't know of how good a fit he is. Like Wade is like, I don't know, like the fit here. Because like he sat in with them. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
So
Wade has his hands in like a couple of things, because he had that Cube show, I think. Like he seems like he's trying to put his, stuff in
yeah.
other vehicles or whatever. But um I'm not sure about his fit. I said, but Draymond, I could definitely see, because Draymond is a
Bring
character.
That Chuck
He's a
energy.
character. Draymond's a character, and he has a big mouth, and you get what like you know what I'm saying.
Literally and figuratively, he got
He has a big mouth, so
to be calling him Donkey from Shrek and shit. he,
when somebody when
he got
somebody put that, even because like I saw that when he read the mean tweets on what's it on Jimmy Kimmel, what's
Campbell,
that
yeah.
name? With the
Campbell.
mean tweets, they did the NBA edition. And even when he read that, he just busted up laughing. He was like, Draymond looks like Donkey, I'm a Shrek. Ah! Like he just started dying laughing. Even he found humor in that.
Yeah.
But he does look like, your breath stink. Like, I'm seeing that when I see him now.
You're Eddie
I
Murphy.
can't
He's
unsee
coming
it.
up.
I can't unsee it now. But it would be a good fit, I think, if he went with them, because certain people after basketball, you can tell, okay, they're going to live a quiet life. Like, they may purchase a business in the town and run a business. Or some people say, oh, I could see him going into politics.
Yeah.
And some people, okay, he's going to be an owner of a team. Okay, he's just going to be rich and just be rich. He's going to be an analyst. He's going to be a coach. You can see
He's
what
gonna be a
trajectory.
GM is like, yeah, like different. Like,
Yeah, certain people you can see what they're going to do,
yeah.
and everybody can't be on TV and be an analyst. That's
Yeah. You
the
gotta
quickest
have
way I can say
personality.
that. You gotta have a personality for one. You gotta be able to react quick on your feet, because live TV, it moves fast. So it's like you're reacting to situations that are right there in front of you. You can't go like, uh,
Right.
Well, he double dribbled.
Yeah, it got to be way quicker than that. It's like, yeah,
Okay,
you
like
took like 10 seconds after that. Like, that's like
you
10,
can't do
10
that in
seconds on
live
TV
TV.
is an eternity. It's like, yes,
You can't do that in live TV. It moves fast, so you got to be able to react and jump into it. And you can't be shy with the camera, are you? Because I know a lot of people, the camera is like here. It's like
you can see the nerves
hello.
in their faces, like they just look nervous. You see them, like they just you can see the nerves in their face, even though they like answering the question. You just like yeah, nervous energy and shit. Like, well, I feel that he should have passed the ball. Like you just feel like yeah, nervous energy come.
Because Marcus was like, "Oh Lord, well that one year when the Bud Billiken people came and interviewed us, and Ariana was 2, and then when he was watching the video back, and like I'm answering the question, he's like, "Look at Ariana, the way she was just because like while she didn't talk to Kevin, I was holding her in my arm, and then she was just like the way she was just batting her eyes, like with the I'm like Ariana likes the camera, like she was just so."
Was that the Bozo year?
That may have been the Bozo year with you.
I think
I
so.
think it was two Bozo references.
We had to Bozo references in 2024. Bozo's back, goddammit.
The way Ariana was just, she was just the way she was blinking, and she was just so poised in front of the camera, and
I
she
gotta,
was
I
cool.
gotta explain for those that don't know, like, what the hell is he talking about the Bozo year? It's like, one year in Bud Billiken, like with the floats they lined because we line up at the top of the parade. And this particular year, our Power 92 float, or the Crawford floats, like all of we were like lined up opposite of WGN, which Bozo usually rides on. Is like so then I kicked it off as like just like turning into a Bozo roast. It's like about the grand prize game and like yeah, like we need more brothers on there. Like I just made a whole thing out of it. And then other people started jumping, like Frankie and like other things. They started
Low
jumping in.
key, we do need a grand prize game back. Low
Bring
key,
back grand prize
I
game.
want to play the grand prize. Even at my big age, I want to play the grand prize game.
Yeah.
I
I
want to
said
play
that. I
the
was
grand
like, I think I said we all somebody's kid to bring back the grand prize game. Damn
They should
it.
do it for adults. They should do an adults only like
Yeah,
Bozo
for our
grand
age.
prize.
Like spread the buckets further apart to make it more difficult. It's like they should
For
bring it
people
back.
our age.
Yeah.
Because Bozo was like a 5-year wait list. You did have to. It was.
I think it was 7. I think when I was a kid, you
It
had
was at least a 5-year wait. At least it was at least a 5-year wait list for Bozo. So
so.
yeah,
But we talked all about Joe Mazzulla. I forgot to mention the Celtics coach name. I bet I just said I'm scared Celtics coach. Yeah, let me give him his acknowledgement. Yeah,
yeah.
Joe Mazzulla. Yeah, was the guy's name. But want to talk about some other silly shit?
What?
Justin Timberlake's DUI arrest.
Or DWI, because I guess
DWI.
when
Yeah,
you're rich, it's a DWI.
yeah.
When you're broke, it's a DUI. So
Fancy, huh?
Branch. I'm just going to branch. For you guys who don't know, he was Branch in the Trolls movie. My kids love the show. We've watched all the Trolls movie. We actually bought the world tour, whatever. I think we bought that one, the last one. I think it's in my digital library, I want to say.
Yeah,
But the Trolls movie, my kids love. They love all that stuff. But Branch, what was you doing? I sat down and I had to Google Justin Timberlake's net worth. That man's worth over $200 million.
well, needless to say, he can afford a fucking driver.
You can get an Uber Black. You can get an Uber Black, son. I mean, what were we
You could
doing?
have a limousine sitting outside waiting for you. You could
Limousine riding, jet flying. You could Ric Flair that shit.
Yeah, you'll see Ric Flair doing that. Yeah,
Ric Flair that shit. There you
yeah,
go.
have a limo waiting outside.
Woo!
Yeah,
Well, don't Ric Flair it. Well,
exactly. Don't Ric Flair that shit.
don't Ric Flair that part.
Yeah,
But you can have a limousine. You could have that. So I'm just like, what was really going on with that? And then he's on a world tour because he just was in Chicago this weekend, I want to say.
yeah.
I want to say he just, yeah, I think his show was just in
Oh,
Chicago.
what a show that had to be, man. Drunk Justin is like,
And people was like, well, what goes around? People start making,
We know what happened 20 years ago. Yeah, it's
What
like,
goes around goes around. People started because you know what goes around song and then the Janet Jackson thing and yeah.
yeah, 20 years ago, we know what happened. And people did say he left her out there, hung her out to dry or whatever.
And then people was like Justice like, and they at the they like he did get emotional. I'm sure if I'm not sure if it was the Chicago show, but I did see a clip on Entertainment Tonight where they showed that during his performance, he did start crying. People started writing "Cry Me a River" in the comment section.
Dun, 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 dun.
But the internet doesn't lose. That's just all I say. The
Like,
internet wins every time. So just read in the comment section of like how he just broke that down. But in all honesty, I just feel like it's extremely irresponsible in 2024 for anybody. It's not just Justin Timberlake, but for anybody to drive under the influence. I feel it's extremely irresponsible because we have Uber, we have Lyft, we have the rideshare services that can easily pick you up and take you home.
yeah.
You ain't gotta do that. And then if you're of a certain celebrity status, have you a driver. You don't drive at all. Shit.
You have somebody that's their job is to drive. You have a professional
Like,
driver.
which McCall ain't driving? Jay-Z ain't driving nowhere. You think him and Beyonce are driving anywhere?
Got you a professional driver and shit at that
Like,
point.
have you your driver that, takes you to your location and can get you in and get you out? Because, like, I mean, we know that what you do in your personal life is your business. If you want to get shit-faced drunk, that's your business. And then we have the person who makes sure that, okay, the paparazzi not going to get the shot of you. Not going to get the shot of you being shit-faced. They're not going to get that shot.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure you're in the car out of camera view. Yeah, like
And
yeah.
we have the back entrance. We have the secret backdoor entrance
We're gonna
where
pull up right to the entrance so you can get right in the car. Like you don't gotta be outside. Yeah. You're gonna get right into the car. Yeah. Or even some places, if it's a big enough place, you can pull into the building. It's like they have where you can like get in the car without even coming out. Yeah.
yep. So, well, whatever Justin's going through, like, I mean, if he needs to talk to somebody because he too old for that. Justin's the same age as me. Like, at that big age, and then you got a wife and you got kids. It's like
Whole family and shit. Yeah.
when you get over a certain age and you got responsibilities, you view things a little differently. It's like a lot of stuff I avoid doing because it's like I think about consequences. When you have a certain age, it's like, okay, you can't just react on a hot head. You just can't react on certain things. It's like, okay, I have a family to think about. I have this. So you're going to remove yourself from certain situations. So whatever Justin is doing, he needs to find some peace, I think, and whatever. And you on a world tour. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So focus on your tour. Do that. Yeah.
No, who Justin don't need to talk to is Travis Scott.
Oh
He was
Lord, why not?
arrested for public drunkenness. He was getting drunk on a boat like his. It's like here's the story according to TMZ. He was out on a marina near Miami Beach. When like responded to like disorderly contact coming from one of the boats. Turns out it was Travis Scott. Who was arguing with some of the other yacht. Well, I'm thinking it probably was like, yeah, it's probably the rich snobs. They're like, okay, who is this fucking guy? That's what I'm thinking. They see Travis Scott. He look like, okay, yeah, he don't belong here. That's probably what started the
What?
argument.
I'm Astroworld, bitch. That's probably what he was Astroworld. That's probably what he
Astroworld, bitch.
Astroworld,
I
bitch.
dated a Kardashian.
Kylie Jenner, my baby mama.
He probably started talking and shit like that.
She is his baby
I'm
mama.
the only one here that dated a Kardashian. Anybody else? I did. It's like
She got both of my kids, both of them.
he started, and then the cops were ended up calling. It's like so they basically they arrested him. And
Oh
they said they
Lord.
smelled like liquor. Like yeah, coming. He reeked of boo. Is what it said. That's what it says exactly.
This description is hilarious. He reeked the food.
But it says TMZ, he reeked of booze like when all of this was going on. But he's already bonded out, so yeah, he's like
Yeah.
his people are saying they call an incident a minor charge. So yeah. It probably was
This is
like
this.
disturbing a peace or something like that. It's probably
He's
what
gonna get this. This is what he's going to
it
get.
probably was like a disturbing a peace charge. That's all. Like he
He's
probably
getting a slap on the wrist.
misdemeanor, yeah.
That's
Like
nothing.
probably was being loud. Shit, like probably
Like he might have to do a little bit of community service. That's it. No
Like
jail time, just
yeah,
a little community service.
like 8 hours of community service, like
Yeah,
just
go for a day and pick up trash off the highway, like for a day. Go do that.
so I was like, okay, yeah, first Justin, now Travis. I'm like, they happened in the same week too. Like,
Public drinking.
it's like, oh, you getting boat drunk and shit.
I know somebody who got boat drunk last year.
Lucky he didn't get arrested.
Because I was on a boat last year, and then we went out to eat, and then
He was Travis Scott.
they threw up in the restaurant that we were at. They threw up all. It was like a trail lead into the bathroom.
I DJ'd a boat party last year too, and it was a
I was
birthday
like, oh
party, and let's
God.
say like the guest of honor, like he was being a little belligerent here. Cause like on the marina, they have like rules. It's like, okay, like y'all, you gotta be gone by 11. You know, like
Yeah, you have to get that. You have
Lakefront
to get the hell
Chicago,
out.
like, yeah, the Lakefront shut down 11.
Shut down. The
Like
park shut down at
10:30, they say
11.
cut that music off. It's like, and when they come tell me, I'm cutting the music off. And
Yep.
then the guest is like, "What you doing, man? Yeah, turn that shit back on and all of that." Because like they feel like because they paying you is like they that you like, but nah, I'm listening to the officials. It's like they say the
You know what
music ends
Trump?
at 10:30. The music ends at
You know
10:30.
what trumps everything? That
Exactly.
official right there trumps
Exactly. Yeah.
everything.
So then
I
he
don't
started.
care. You may have paid me 5,000, whatever you pay me. The official right there trumps all that. I'm
They say
sorry.
that yeah, like when they say 11, it means y'all have to be like the premises must be vacated by
Vacated
11.
at 11.
Like everything shut down. Like it should be like no remnants of you here at
No
11.
traces of anything.
Exactly. Yeah. Like so that means so that's why 10:30 is a good time to shut the shit down. It's time to break down
You
your
can filter
equipment,
out the
load it up,
people.
get the
Even if
people
people
out.
are
And
mingling,
as me as the DJ, I can break down my equipment,
break
load it
down
in
your
the car.
equipment.
All of that is
And
like
even
yeah.
people are mingling afterward because, like, you think about it, 10:30, the night is still young. It's like, okay, it's an after hour spot. Let's go over here. Let's grab a
What they
drink.
ended up doing, like after we calmed dude down, they said, okay, like let's meet up at such and such. They ended
There
up
you go. Let's meet here. Let's meet there.
I ended up no showing that shit. I was tired. Yeah, I said, okay, I'll meet y'all then. And I got tired and went home. It's like, yeah.
The thing you have to
I was
realize
going
is that
home just to drop my equipment off. And then once I got home, it was a wrap. You know, I'm at that age. When I
I
go home,
think what
it's a
happened
wrap.
with the person, because like ironically, my person was the guest of honor too, that got shit faced. But I think what happened is that like when you get our big age, you can't mix dark and light liquor. You can't do that. You gotta stick with one. You try and mix dark and light liquor when you get over a certain age,
Right.
that's going to be the result. You're going to be, you're not 20 anymore. You can't do that. So I think that's what happened with him. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, it made a interesting memory. So we still can be like, hey, remember last year when you
Mm.
we do, hey, last year. He's like, man, I know. Like, dude, like, man.
Yeah.
But
Before we
fun
get
time.
up out of here, I gotta say, congrats to Nelly and Ashanti, who've
Oh,
been married for
baby.
about 6 months now. It's like we kind of knew that. Yeah, we kind of
So
knew.
all you people, and I'm about to call y'all out, all you people that was in there talking, I see she became a baby mama before she became a wife. He playing in your face. Da 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 da. I saw a lot of that. Just move on, be happy. It's like, okay, I think that Nelly and Shanti were always a cute couple. Even back 10 years ago, I thought they were a cute couple. And then when they reconciled, I was like, oh, I think it's cute because I'm like, you know what it was? The verses brought them back together.
Versus, which is coming back by the way. Tim and Swiss, like they made a deal with Elon Musk now, so they bringing it back to X slash Twitter, whatever you still want to call it. Like,
Elon Musk,
so
who's doing
yeah.
like this
Oh, yeah,
probably.
you saw that back. It's like yeah, so like they didn't say when they're coming back, but they bringing verses back to X now. I'm like that'll
But
be a good
that's
play.
but that's
And,
what happened. He's
the first one has to be Kendrick and Drake. They bring that shit back. It got to be the first one.
they
Yeah,
might have
but
to fight. A fight might actually break out.
if you bringing it back, that got to be the first one. But
That's
yeah,
what happened. He
that's
saw
what
her.
yeah it started to rekindle because like he saw the after show yeah with Fat Joe and Remy and all of them like and Ja like
Yeah.
he got it turned into a roast session of fucking of Nelly. She said like yeah I ain't single. So you know he's
Really
single right?
single,
It's like Ja
but
was like
I'm not.
oh you know he's single right? Yeah. And then all of them the peanut gallery oh. And
But that day,
the comments didn't disappoint after that. All of
all
that.
that they said Nelly has left the chat. The comments.
Yeah,
But
look.
that's all that's all they gave her. Fat Joe and Jai gave Ashanti Big Brother energy. That's like your big brothers. Like that's something you guys would do to me. Your big brother's teasing you about a guy who likes you. Like, no. Like, that's Big
Especially
Brother
some
energy.
guy from your past is like, yeah, it's like,
Like,
like, no, I saw so and so the other day.
and but then they gave her Big Brother energy, and then
And he probably
now we
called her that night. Yeah, why you do me like that? I was happy to see you. It's like he probably hit her. She said, "Boy, I was just
my
playing."
man Nelly was like the best description. They was like he did the Spike Lee glide, like Spike Lee when you walking but not walking. They was like he glided across that floor.
I called it the Q and Monica loving basketball is what he did when he was dancing with Gabrielle Union and shit. Like
Damn.
he sees Mike's like, damn, he just walks away. That's what he saw. When he saw Ashanti, he was like, damn. It's like he just walked up.
Well, Shanti is gorgeous. She
and
is.
she
She's gorgeous.
and she had and she's one of those people that was just getting better with age. Like yeah, like she
Mhm.
looks better now than she did like 20 years ago. And so he probably starts like, God damn. It's like yeah, like she's like getting better with age. Like yeah.
Know what they say? They say women, if you still fine over 40, you're gonna be fine forever. That's what they say. You still fine at 40, you're gonna be fine forever. That's what they say.
He saw her like
So
looking like better than when they were together. He's like, I gotta get her back. And see, as
and
soon as they got back together, she was pregnant. So he was
he
like,
didn't waste no time because he did the if you like a thing, you should have put a ring on it.
but they got married around there during the Christmas
Yeah,
holidays.
around Christmas.
December 27th, it says. So, which would have been the
Which was
26th,
a
my
good
favorite day. But
which was a good time because people are in their own world with the holidays. So I mean you can sneak and do
yeah,
that.
stuff
So
is quiet because, like you
it
said,
went
people
under the
are doing
radar.
our own thing. Me, I usually take my yearly hiatus, like from radio and everything,
Mhm.
like, around that time. It's like so most people are doing their own thing. So if you want that's a good time to like
That's a good
do
time to
something
do it
like
during the holiday season.
nobody's paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
because
all like we all doing our own thing. We're not paying attention to what celebrities are doing.
being a celebrity does suck in that aspect because people it's just such an invasion. I know people think, well, you rich and this is like, but just because I'm rich in this, that doesn't mean that my private life is totally on display 100% of the time.
Still got to keep something for yourself, like even rich or not.
Because this is
You're a
what they
public
do.
figure, but your whole life doesn't have to be public and shit.
This is what they do as far as celebrities. Like I say, like for example, like when I got married like years ago and we went to go get our license. You have to get your license first for your marriage, you apply for your marriage license. But if you were a celebrity, it's like they see, oh, they just went over here. Where are they going over here for? And then we've obtained TMZ, we've obtained a copy of their marriage license. And it's like, damn, like,
It
or
does
do you
like
see
that when you see him out hanging out, coming out of the courtroom, and then like
or if it goes the other way, you see somebody leaving the court. Well, so and so just left the court. What were they doing? So and so just filed for divorce.
Jennifer Lopez and Ben, they watching them now. The divorce watch is on for them now. Yeah, that's the one they watching.
So so
Every okay, they unfollowed each other. What's going on? Okay,
I'm gonna connect the two
their
together.
family house is on sale. Like what's going on? They watch
So I'm
it.
gonna connect the two together. So from Ashanti's actual voice to Ashanti's fake voice.
I'm real.
The real voice seems to be doing okay. The fake voice seems to be.
'Cause
She stole her vocals. We know she stole her vocals. We know that. We can be adult and admit that Jennifer stole the vocals from Ashanti.
One more thing, yeah. Rest in peace to legendary Willie Mays. Lost
Yes.
93 years old. San Francisco Giants legend, like the legendary baseball player back from our father's era, like or your grandfather's era. He played.
Mhm.
He was what 93, I believe. So he played back like I think he retired like in the 60s, something like that. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
And he did get the Medal of Freedom from Obama. So that was great that he was able to get the recognition like that still. So
My memories of Willie Mays is funny. Is like that episode of Fresh Prince when Willie Mays signed baseball came up missing. So he was like that was his version of Martin CD player, I guess. He's trying to find out who took his sign,
which is
Willie
the
Mays.
giant Billy Mays.
It turns out Ashley had it. She was like playing catch with it. It's like and
Yeah.
then And then no, being dumb is like, yeah. And I even cleaned it up for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
with some
remember the scribbling
scribbling.
on there. That's my memory of Willie Mays.
And then a new memory that like I just saw on that somebody posted in a nostalgic group on Facebook, Nostalgic TV. Apparently, Willie Mays did a cameo on Bewitched.
Okay.
And in the scene, they were at a party. It was all witches and Wiccans at the party, warlocks, whatever. And Darren walks by, and then Willie Mays says, "Hey, Samantha." She's like, "Hey, Willie." He's like, "That's Willie Mays." He said, "Wait a minute. So Willie is it?" And she was like, "Of course. You see the way he hits that ball? Of course he's one." And then he disappears, so they allude that he was a witch.
Yeah, that's funny.
She was like, "Of course he's one." Like, duh. Like, of course he's one. I was like, that's a fun way to like make it be like, okay, like that's why he was so good because he was supernatural. So I was like, okay, now I gotta look up that Bewitched episode now. Watch the whole episode
So
with
wow,
me.
that's funny. Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah.
Time to wrap this thing up. Not another damn podcast. Episode 367. You want to support us further? You know what to do. Give us that like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review all your platforms. Talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, YouTube, and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Also, STR8GULIEY1 on X, STR8GULIEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page and check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.